Hey everybody, Mark, Cedar Creek Bottoms with another Fireside Creepy Mountain chat. If you can tell, I'm up on part of Creepy Mountain. Just thought I'd do a little short video from here. I'm right here in the area where the Century usually stays. Not up at the clubhouse, I'm here at the gate area. People could be turkey hunting this afternoon, so I didn't want to barge in on nobody. Plus the wind's howling like heck. Excuse me, I almost said a bad word. Excuse me, like heck. Up on top of the mountain, you can hear it. Maybe you can hear it too. But right in here, I ought to be able to talk without the wind being much interference. Real windy here in Alabama today. Gusting up to 30, 35 miles an hour. Real cold this morning, 43 degrees. That's pretty cold for May 2nd, excuse me. So, anyway, some weird weather. Blackberry winter. I've seen it cool in May a lot of times. A lot of times I have to have a long sleeve shirt on in the mornings or a light jacket. But this has been we've had a spring. You know, I know we've had some 80-degree weather here in Alabama, which is typical. I mean, I've seen 80s around Christmas before. Go back and look at records, you can see where it's done it different times. So thought I'd just do a little short video from right here. I do have 2 sightings to work. I've got to speak to one of the witnesses by phone. They're willing for me to come over, talk to them. Now I don't know if they're willing for them to be on video or not, or if they're willing for me to video it. So that'll be another question. And it's right here close to my house. The other one was a sighting Sunday morning, close to daylight or a little after daylight, up in Lincoln, of some type of creature. Did speak to the guy. Did ride through that area this morning when I got off work. Just looking around. It's a place where something could live. I could tell that. A lot of thick woods, a lot of backwater off the river. Something can hang out in there pretty good. So anyway, so may get to have both of them on video, may not. Just like I told you in the past, I'm getting to the point where I'm gonna just tell people, hey, if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't, because I can't control what other people want to do. And I do try to respect people if they don't want to be on video, or if they don't want their stuff on video. You don't have to respect that. So anyway, I'm just hang out here a few minutes and see a few deer tracks, a little young deer. Just knew if I got right in here, I probably wouldn't disturb nobody. If anybody was in here today turkey hunting. So I'll be probably up here Friday night. Now y'all can probably hear the wind now. I've kind of got away from this other hill blocking me. So just pay attention, see if I hear the old Sentry. A lot of time he'll make a tree knock, letting the other ones, I guess, know I'm here. Or somebody's here. I don't know what that means. I know a lot of times I've pulled up at the gate here, hear a knock, or get to the clubhouse, hear a knock. So I'm assuming he's telling other ones there's a human on the club. So That's what I think anyway. May be wrong. So, I don't know if I've ever told y'all about this right here in this curve. Coming down the hill, and you come around the curve, and of course the gate's right around here. My daughter was with me one day. We'd been up here hunting, deer hunting. It done got dark. When I got to the sign-in board, it was good and dark. Let me get back out of that sun. As we rounded this curve right here, right in here, she said she seen somebody standing there. But she didn't tell me till I got to the gate down there to get out to unlock the gate. And she said, Daddy, there was a big old person standing right up in the edge of the woods when we passed by. And I said, well, why didn't you tell me then? Well, I don't know. You know, that's kind of what she told me. Well, I jumped in the truck and backed up down here real quick. Of course, it was gone. And she did tell me it was a big person. Now, at the time, she was, you know, I think she would have been maybe 10, 11 years old, maybe. You know, I don't know why she didn't tell me as soon as she seen it. Or, you know, she didn't really act scared. She just, when I got to the gate, started to get out, she said, today there's a big man. And that's what she said, a big man. But it was after dark. You know, so what she seen was a silhouette. And that's all she had to compare it to was a man. You know, so, I mean, I don't know if she's seen one or not. She's seen something. We know the boogers are here. That could have been the sentry. He could have been sitting here, you know, heard me coming down the hill. He stopped and waited. You know, who's to say? So, but it was right in here. I've always paid attention. Every time I come to this club, I don't know how many times I watch right here. Also, this is a spot that when Finding Bigfoot come, they parked their trucks. They had their equipment truck and other trucks. I was parked back away from them about 40 feet right there somewhere, you know, giving them a little room because they had, you know, a couple other vehicles parked here. You know, why the group was up on the hill, because couldn't let nobody come up here without a club member being present. I did not go with them. I sit down here with the equipment guys, the guys that keep the batteries going, the guys that feed them, the guys that put everything together, and if they need something, they'll have somebody bring it up there to them real quick. That type of thing. Boy, this wind is howling out here. If there was something going on, you wouldn't know it. Just too much wind. But anyway, I'll walk back right down here kind of where I was sitting at. Because, like I said, they were kind of here in this open area, the big truck. And, of course, the truck that the Finding Bigfoot crew was in was right up above it. Then back here, like I said, was a couple other vehicles, small vehicles. And that's what they would do was, if they needed something up there, one of them would come jump one of these little vehicles, run up there and give it to them. So I was parked, like I said, right back this way. And I don't know, right in this area. And I was sitting here. I done got, sister, I done got bored, of course, sitting here in the truck, trying to take me a nap. You know, it was about 2 in the morning. And she's seen something, probably a squirrel. But anyway, all of a sudden, I kept noticing twigs landing on the hood of my truck. You know, I'd hear it, tink, tink, you know, the little tinking. Because I had my window halfway down. because it was in March. And it wasn't a real cold night. What in the world going on here? That sentry over here. Dogs went to acting weird, and she's going to the other side of the road, keeps looking up the hill. Kept hearing this tinking noise. And at first I just thought it was limbs, but it wasn't no wind blowing. That's the first thing that caught my attention, was no wind. It was still as it could be. And these little limbs kept hitting the truck. I'd hear them hit the top of the cab, hear the hood. I'd see them bounce. And finally it hit me. Like, there's something right up here on top of this hill throwing stuff. Well, I got to looking, and I caught his silhouette. He was right up in there. And, I don't know how he could throw that stuff through all this stuff, but he could. I mean, he wasn't throwing big stuff, but it's big enough to have a little weight where it'd carry. Well, I kept sitting there, and I'd see his silhouette move in and out. And, a couple of equipment guys, I could see them standing by the truck. They had a light over there. I could see them standing by their truck talking, or by the big box truck that they hauled everything in. So I got out of the truck, and I walked over, and I said, "Hey guys," I said, "there's a booger right here." They looked at me like I was crazy. "What are you talking about?" I said, "There's a Bigfoot right here on top of the hill, and he's throwing little sticks." I said, "You can come look at my truck. My hood of my truck is full of sticks." And I said, "You need to tell them there's one down here. They might come down here and fool with him. Or, might I want to get him on camera." So they radioed him. Told him, said, "Hey, Mark Green says there's one down here on top of this little hill throwing sticks all on his truck." And said, if y'all want to come down here." Well, they wouldn't come down here. And I don't know why. And I told the dude, I said, "Well, here's their chance." He said, "Sir, I don't run it. All I can do is tell them." He said, "This is the way we make our living." I said, "So they're up there with nothing going on with a booger down here." He said, "Sir, that's just the way it goes." He said, "I'm sorry, I don't have no control over it." I said, "I understand." So you can tell there's a trail of something been going up that bank, which is kind of a steep bank for a deer to go up when he could go up right there, when he could just go up right there easier. But something's went up and down that bank right there a good bit. So, and I understand, they had filming going on. That's how them guys make a living. And, I thought they was wanting to get it. And I ain't knocking them, so please don't nobody go down that road with them. And people were very nice and, very humbling toward us. I can't say nothing bad about them. I know a lot of people have, but they didn't bother us. They was very nice people to us. Treated us very nice, respectful. Didn't divulge where the location of the property is. I mean, and that's how part of the Creepy Mountain name come in. Was Adam, one of my researching buddies, started calling it Creepy Mountain because we needed to give it a name other than the real name. And he'd always called this place creepy because it is at nighttime. If you stay up here enough, you'll figure out this is a creepy place at night, even sometime in the daytime. So that's a little story about the finding Bigfoot, and then about my daughter seeing something there. In fact, last time I was up in Ohio, me and her were talking, and I asked her, did she remember that? And she did say, yeah, she remembered that. But she don't remember enough to tell me nothing. She just seen a silhouette, I think. I think the headlights off the truck kind of hit it just enough to show it, and she got a glimpse of it, and I mean, it's just the way it goes. That's what happens with a lot of people. People get glimpses. A lot of people don't get full-blown one-on-one staring at each other 20 foot away, I've had it at night time, one within 15, 20 foot of me, pretty much at the back of my truck, me at the front of my truck, at night time. So I didn't really see what his face looked like. I just know he was big. I know he was in the 8 foot range, and he is big. I remember his eyes looked like silver dollars. And, I think I've told this before on one of the Creepy Mountain chats or the fireside. I don't know what he was up to. So, anyway, so that's a few things that's happened right here at the gate area. There's been other times other people have got creeped out here at the gate. Pretty much figured one was probably sitting right up on that hill. I doubt they would be to the bottom of us. He might. I've always noticed they like the high ground, what I've noticed. Easy escape route. They can go right over that hill and be away from you, because they know you got to climb the hill. Deer do the same thing. They'll bed up on top of hills like this. They hear you coming up that hill, they go on the other side. I mean, I've had it happen 100 times. That's why a lot of times I'll go, and there's hardly no way to approach it, because you got to go up the hill one direction or the other. And I've jumped them like that before too, get within 20, 30 foot of them. And I mean, you couldn't get a shot off at him. She is really interested in something right up here. So I don't know if it's a squirrel or what she has got her interest in right here. But she won't go up there, but yet. Well, her sister. I bet we got a squirrel. Sister, come here. Sister. This dog will behave great most of the time, except for stuff like this, and this is what it get her hurt. Sister. Yeah, that was probably a squirrel feeding. What that was. Yep, that's how you get a dog killed right there. Oh. I can still bend over a little bit. Yep, here she comes back. Get down here. Lord have mercy. Get yourself killed like that. You don't never know what you're running into. Get in here. Well, y'all, I'm gonna stop the filming for a minute. I'm not really hearing anything off bat. So just telling you a little bit about a couple things that went on right here at this gate. And there's some other things at times. There's some times I've pulled up here to unlock it at night, and boy, I didn't want to get out of the truck. That's how strong the feeling was here. So I know we have a sentry that watches pretty much from this gate to the clubhouse area. I mean, there's too much stuff over the years happened around the clubhouse with different club members. Times we've been sitting there and see stuff walk across the road below us. And I don't know what the times I've pulled up to the gate here at Tree Knock or get to the clubhouse here at Tree Knock. I mean, it's pretty regular. And of course, I don't know if there's something here or not. It may be further up the hill. With the wind blowing, he might not have heard me come in as well. I do think wind sometimes I think messes them up too. So, all right, y'all. I'm gonna get turned around, head down the hill. I'll be back here in a few minutes. Bye-bye. All right, y'all. I'm coming off the mountain. Thought I'd give you a little look coming down the road toward the highway. I didn't want to try to hold the phone coming down that hill. Ooh, Lord of mercy. Anyway, you can tell it's full greened up pretty much in Alabama now. Y'all remember, everybody we support this week, Spencer and Misty will be on Thursday night instead of the Beast crew filling in for them, so y'all go check them out at 8 o'clock. And then I'm assuming they'll be back Sunday at their regular time at 2 p.m. Eastern, 2:30 Eastern, 1:30 Central. Y'all check them out. I know Mr. Chris Reinhardt took a little break, so hoping he's doing better. Hoping he'll be back interviewing people here in the next few weeks. I know Kyle with Encrypted Connections is hadn't been putting out as much, so I think he's getting ready to come back. Sometimes we just have to take breaks. It just it's editing videos and trying to make time to do them. Boy, I tell you, sometimes it's work, especially when you've got a lot else going on. And I know Hellbent Holler's been hasn't released anything in the last few weeks because I think they ended up buying them a house and trying to get moved and set up. And I know Mr. Barton Nunley's been kind of quiet lately, so you know, everybody will be back. And too, it's that time of year we get busy. We're, you know, people at farm and people, you know, taking care of the yards and going places, and kids playing ball and other activities. So it's a busy time of year for people. So, you know, just keep that in mind. But, you know, like I said, you know, go check out Spencer and Misty at Woods Walkers. Of course, Beast TV, like I said, they'll be filling in for them this week. Chris Reinhardt will Discover Sasquatch. Kyle Conley with Encrypted Connections. Hellbent Holler. Barton Nunley with the Humanoids. And there's some other. And that person to check out too is Timothy Alabrino. He talks a lot about the Nephilim, aliens, and some stuff, so y'all need to go check him out. It's Timothy Alabrino. He's been on some other shows, and guy has done a lot of research, been to a lot of places, and very interested in some of the stuff he's talking about. So y'all go check him out too. Of course, remember Deep South, Perma Pastures, Holler Homestead, some of the other homesteading YouTubes. Of course, we'll have our live this Friday night at 7 p.m. I wish we could do it from the club. Wish we had enough service to do it from the club, because I will be going up on the club for a few hours Friday night after the live. I wish is where I could, you know, do it, but it don't work out that way. So anyway, I'm gonna get off here. Hope everybody has a good rest of the week, a good weekend. Stay safe, love one another. Oh yeah, Misty with her family's page, the Southern Appalachian Sasquatch Seekers. Also Mr. Broswell with his Facebook. And there's other people. Miss Bama Bigfoot, she's got a Facebook. Check out some of her stuff. I think she has a YouTube. So it's Bama BF. There we go. I'll get it right here in a little bit. So all right, y'all take care, and I hope to get these two sightings, be able to maybe record them and report them to you. Anyway, this is Mark from Cedar Creek Bottoms with another fireside chat. We'll talk with you later. Bye bye.